A long time ago, there lived a rich merchant in a beautiful country. When the merchant's wife died, the lonely man soon remarried. His new wife was also a widow and had 2 daughters. However, these 2 girls were quite arrogant and evil-hearted. The merchant's own daughter, whose name was Cinderella, was far ahead of them in beauty and kindness. One of Cinderella's stepsisters wanted to try on a dress for the prince for the upcoming event at the palace. When she didn't like her dress, she said,
"This dress is an absolute disgrace. It looks so bad for a fool like you. I don't want to waste any more time."
Cinderella paid no attention to these words, just smiled and quietly retired to her room. One day, news spread that a grand ball would be held in the royal palace. All the young girls were invited to the palace while the prince was looking for a wife for the royal heir. Cinderella's stepsisters were very excited.
I must choose my most beautiful dresses for the ball. The prince will notice me and fall in love instantly.
"No, my dresses are much more elegant. The prince will want to dance with me."
While Cinderella was thinking about the ball, her stepmother and sisters imprisoned her in the basement.
Do you want to go too? Absolutely not. You are only obliged to serve us. The ball is not for a maid like you.
Cinderella bowed her head sadly and quietly retired to her room. However, that night she looked at the sky and dreamed of going to the prom. At that moment, a fairy appeared. Cinderella looked at the fairy in surprise.
Don't worry, Cinderella. You will go to the ball too.
Really?
Yes, but be careful. Your transformation will end at midnight. If you need to leave the palace, you must hurry.
Cinderella quickly got ready and the fairy made a magical transformation into her dress and a carriage made of pumpkin seeds.
Thank you so much. So why are you so kind?
Because you have such a good heart, Cinderella, and the good always wins.
When Cinderella arrived at the palace in her magical carriage, she caught the prince's attention. Her beauty and elegance captured the attention of the entire room.
You look like you came out of a fairy tale tonight. What's your name?
My name is Cinderella, my prince.
Cinderella, I want to dance with you tonight.
Cinderella smiled and started dancing with the prince. However, as midnight approached, Cinderella remembered the fairy's warning, and when she looked at the clock, she saw that it was approaching 12 o'clock. She was about to return to her old self.
Forgive me, my prince, but I must go now.
But why? Please stay.
However, Cinderella took the fairy goddess's warning seriously and hurriedly left the palace. But as she quickly ran away, she forgot one thing: a glass shoe. Arriving at the door of the palace in the early hours of the morning, the prince started looking for the princess that no one could forget. He tried to find that mysterious beauty wearing glass shoes. He visited all the houses and tried on shoes for all the women, but no one fit them.
I will seek out every woman who wears this glass shoe, for she is my one true love.
When the prince reached Cinderella's house, his stepmother tried to stop him.
Cinderella? She is just a servant here. It is impossible for her to wear this glass shoe.
You are my true love, Cinderella. I have finally found you.
You are also my true love, my prince. I knew you'd find me.
Thus, Cinderella and the prince lived happily ever after, just like in fairy tales.